Today's episode is still inside of the article that I wrote on StockX's adjustments in the cooling resale world. Now, remember, I'm giving you the things that StockX is doing to improve its business as sneaker sales begin to slow down. The company has to find a way to generate revenue. So the next part of this is going to be StockX ads. So this benefits the seller, but it benefits StockX more. I should have done some research to look up and see how much Amazon ads generate for Amazon. You know what? Let's do that real quick just to click on and do some research here. How much do Amazon ads generate? How much revenue is what I'm asking. How much revenue does Amazon generate with their internal Amazon ads system? I think that's a good question. Let's see if, oh my gosh, Amazon advertising services, 9.7 billion. Wow. Well, let's look at Copilot and get some AI in here and see what happens. Which revenue does Amazon generate? You have to ask the right question. So Amazon's internal advertising system has been a significant revenue driver for the company. In the first quarter of 2024 alone, Amazon generated 11.8 billion in advertising revenue, which was a 24% increase year over year. Holy smokes. Now, that is not the ad system I'm talking about, because they go on to say that this is Amazon Prime. Now, I need to go in and fix this question. I'm going to change that question. How much revenue does Amazon generate with their internal Amazon ad system inside of Seller Central Marketplace? And I'm sure somebody right now is like, why are you asking about Seller Central? Seller Central Marketplace is where you sell sneakers, right? Or you sell products. Amazon's internal is a significant revenue stream. They don't disclose the figures, so we don't have that. It's estimated that Amazon collects over a third of seller revenue through various fees, including advertising and promotions. This can amount to billions of dollars annually. Would you like to know more about how Amazon's advertising system? No, I know how it works. I've done it before, and actually, I do have articles on the site about Amazon ads, and let's see if I can pull up one of those ads, and it's from 12 years ago, which is about right, because I was on Amazon from 2010 to 2016 or so. But yeah, and it shows you specifically the cool thing about this, if you see to my side, is this is in regard to my own brand, Arch. And I would get 139. I have 63,000 impressions. I had 35 ads. The total spend was $3.53, which was 0.03 cents per click. Now, that's November. This is good details. I'm going to put the link to this article in the description for those of you who are interested. But this was for my own brand, my running shoe company, casual shoe company, Arch, when I was making my own shoes. Those of you who are just watching this and you don't know that I made shoes before, I had my own sneaker brand. This is long before a lot of the people that you guys look at who have shoes now. I had already done that. So this was 2009 to 2014, 15. It's 16, I made my last shoe, and I didn't even produce that one. But anyway, that's getting off topic. Why am I talking about this? StockX. I've been trying to say if StockX, what they're doing is benefiting the seller or if it's benefiting StockX. And this is one of those things that we see clearly by looking at the Amazon revenue that's potentially billions of dollars worth of revenue for Amazon ads. StockX created StockX ads. So what is that? And I'm dropping these pictures in here so you can see it. You can amplify your inventory with sponsored ads, introducing StockX's digital advertising platform. So if you're a seller on StockX, you can now pay for advertising. So it's a lot like the advertising program at eBay has one, Amazon has one. A lot of different sites have sponsored ads. So sponsored products should allow listings to be amplified, right? And they do. But this is the interesting aspect that's unlike eBay and Amazon. StockX is a shared listing. So when you go to StockX, you don't see an individual seller. Okay? It's a shared listing marketplace. All listings are under one banner. So one listing represents all sellers. Now, this means that the person advertising, and we can look at this picture and we can see what that looks like. You see this over to my side in this guide. You might like, and it's sponsored. That's a sponsored ad. Someone's paying to have that placement. And the person that's advertising with the lowest price, they'll earn the sponsored amplification. So if you're the person with the lowest price, you get your shoe shows up first. So one, they're going to show that shoe, even though somebody may not be searching for it. They're going to actually have it advertised, and that's going to be an impression. So you get charged for an impression. No, you only get charged for a click. You don't get charged for the impressions. But I tried to program. Now, this is important. I tried to program, but trying it requires a bunch of A to B testing, right? Because highlighting a product that gets a bunch of impressions and clicks, it will undoubtedly run the price up on how much a seller is paying for the ad, and it adds basically more cost to the product that you're selling. I hope that's clear. Ask questions if it's not. For example, I used an Adidas Ultra Boost to test the sponsored ads program. I did it from August 27th to August 31st. Now, you can see that here, right? And you look at this, and this is my account. You see it says C Burns over here on the side, which may be behind me. You may not be able to see it, but I did that from August 27th to August 31st. And the data that you see in this picture gives you all the information you need. The Adidas Ultra Boost, right? They have a really bad sell-through rate on StockX. They don't sell very fast. The lowest ask on 10 different styles of Ultra Boost, on those shoes, they may sell 3 to 6 pair a month for a seller. So if I have those, I may sell 3 to 6 pair a month. Where if there's a Jordan, you can sell 150 Jordans, no problem, right? But Ultra Boost, you get a really slow sell-through rate. And if you're trying to turn a profit on those, it's a really small profit. Now, if the Ultra Boost is priced at cost or below cost, it will sell quickly. You can sell a lot of them if you can get them for way below cost, but you have to get them really cheap. So what does this mean if you use a StockX ad? Well, you see over here to the side, you look at it. A seller can take a bigger hit on older inventory. Now, that's a positive for sponsored ads. If you have old inventory and you want to amplify it, then the sponsored ads program will help you. But this data for the Ultra Boost shows some interesting things. You see 55 clicks, and that's not bad at all. It's not bad. But there were no sales. Now, it's only a few days, and you have to run an ad for a month at least to see the benefits of it. However, when the margins are razor thin, which they are on these Ultra Boosts that I had, and the Ultra Boosts sell at a slow rate, over the course of a month, any seller that has a shoe that's like that, you can incur these additional costs. Because if you see, I spent $3.30 for those few days. By the end of the month, that could have been a $30 or $40 ad spend. And I may have only sold 1 to 2 or 3 pair of shoes. And those shoes have such small margins. There may be only a $10 to $20 profit in that shoe. And this is the worst part of it in regard to sponsored ads. If a seller who's utilizing the system isn't very vigilant and not checking the program page often, that program is a set it and forget it program. That can come back to bite you because the payment is automatically deducted the following month. You don't have to check on it, but you should, and you better if you decide to use it. That's not saying it's a good or bad thing, but that does mean that StockX has another revenue generator. So sponsored ads is a great revenue generator for StockX. I don't know if it's great because there's no breakdown, and we probably never get to see if it's generating a lot of money for StockX, but it is an important move for the platform, as the market starts to cool, you have to generate money in some way. We know eBay's doing this, and we know a lot of different companies, especially Amazon, is kind of forcing you to do that when you're trying to get into the buy box. Now, that's a lot that I talked about, and I want to end it with this. The program with the right sneaker could help a seller move dead product. Now, that is a good point, but the risk might not be worth the ad spend. You have to be careful. I'm not telling you to use it. I'm just giving you another thing that StockX is doing to generate revenue in a cooling marketplace. Because it's such a good new revenue stream, StockX is going to be able to tout this once they move towards the process of IPOing, right? But how many sellers will set it and forget it? That's going to be a tough thing to ask of the sellers on StockX. And I'm interested. Have you used the program yet? I'd love to hear that. If you have, tell me about your experience with it. You see my experience with it in a very compressed usage. But once again, this is a discussion on what StockX is doing in a cooling resale environment. We still have another 3 or 4 things to get to here. And hopefully you're following along and you appreciate this. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Keep asking the questions. I'm going to come back. I'm going to compile those questions, and I'm going to answer them in a video once we get to the end of this entire series. But that's going to take us a while because there's a lot of information here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.